Hello friends, welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney. Last time Herlock Sholmes got shot, and I think Gina might get accused of killing somebody. But we'll see if she's dead or not. I don't know, there's a lot going on. I'm not sure. Oh, we get to relive it too. Isn't that great? Isn't it great? I'll be alright, Mr. Naruto. After them, go! Somebody stole something. I think the pawnbroker is probably going to be the victim, because he's the one we're like least attached to. Hide that door in the storeroom. Hurry! How did I know? But also she's on the ground. Like, she didn't... Oh my goodness. She didn't shoot him. Something's weird. From that moment, Wendy Bates' pawnbrokery became a crime scene. Everything that followed happened in a whirlwind of activity. The arrival of the police, the preliminary investigation of the scene, and the questioning. It was just before dawn before I was allowed back to my lodgings at 221B. Oh shoot. What's her name was supposed to go to the justice dude today. Bro, I don't even know anymore. Alright, what's going on, mate? Oh, Iris! A telegram came, but all it said was, wait at home. Oh, yes. We asked one of the policemen to have sent it. Oh, you know what? Brightness. Oh my goodness, you'll be able to see. 1 second. It's freezing up pretty bad. There we go, we're back. When I woke up, I was all alone. Hallie and Jenny were gone. Everyone was gone. What happened, Bruno? Poor Iris, she's trembling. She's obviously trying very hard not to let herself get too worried. I'll explain everything that I know. Something awful happened, hasn't it? Yes, I'm afraid so. Imagine we just moved to the next location. I'm sorry to have to tell you this, Iris, but Mr. Winniebank is dead. He was shot. We discovered it in the early hours of the morning. Oh, yes, I had a feeling. You did? Well, I saw one of the police carriages pulling up outside his shop, so I knew something must have happened there. When we encountered Winniebanks in the small hours, we disturbed a gang of 2 thugs. They ran out onto the street, and I chased after them, but they got away. So it was one of them who shot Mr. Winniebank, I suppose? I don't know, but that's not what the police believe at the moment. Oh, why not? They've arrested someone else as their prime suspect, you see. Gina. Jenny! But why? Well, the thing is... No, Ginny wouldn't do something like that. I know. None of us think she did it. Then why have they arrested her? I'm sorry. There was nothing I could do. I don't understand why they arrested Ginny. It's not fair. What about the 2 thugs that were at the scene? Why aren't they the prime suspects? After all, they shot Ellie dead, didn't they? No, I mean, Mr. Sholmes isn't dead, Iris. This is also horrible. The thing is, Mr. Winniebank was found on the floor on the storeroom where he keeps all the deposited articles. And the storeroom door was locked from the inside. I see. But he wasn't alone in there. Gina was found next to him on the floor as well. Oh no! And according to the detectives who investigated afterwards. Don't tell me! There was no one else in the room? Yes, exactly. How did you know? It's the only explanation. Yes, the only explanation indeed. What do you mean by that, Bruno? Well? What can I say? And if I agree, then what no? Good luck. So where's Harley then? Is he still investigating the scene? He really ought to have some breakfast. It's not good for him to miss meals. I don't want you to worry, Iris, but I have some news about Mr. Sholmes. He was taken to the hospital this morning. What? Well, when we entered Windybanks, a gun was fired and he took the bullet. Harley was shot? No. It's all right. His life isn't in danger. Really? Are you sure? Where is he? Which hospital? He's at St. Sinners. They're tending to him right now. I must see him at once. I'm sorry, Iris, but you can't. Why not? That's not fair. I'm a family member. I should be allowed. No, I mean, nobody can see him at the moment. He's not allowed any visitors. They're preparing to operate, you see. To operate? Poor Hurley. Oh, injured Sholmes. Okay. It was the two thugs who were in Mr. Windybag's shop. They shot Mr. Sholmes when we disturbed them. It was pitch black inside the shop at the time. My mind went totally blank, I'm afraid. I just froze. After them, go! After that, I ran into the street, but, well, they were long gone. I shouldn't have hesitated. I'm so sorry. It's my fault. I let them get away. I think that's a very good thing. Sorry? Well, if you'd seen which way they went and chased after them, you might have been shot as well, Bruno. On top of everything else, I couldn't bear that. Oh, Iris. Poor thing. Poor thing! We haven't even told her their dad's dead yet. Like, what are we doing? Where's Susie, Bruno? She's still at the police station. Oh, why? I expect she's still being questioned. The police said they wouldn't be finished for a while. Why aren't you there then? Well, I didn't get a good look at the criminals anyway, so they weren't questioning me for long. And Mr. Sato stayed behind at the scene to tend to Mr. Sholmes, so they didn't get started until later. I see. Besides, one of us had to come back to be with Iris. I'm glad Inspector Gregson agreed to me leaving early. You should have let me know, and I should have come to the station. Poor baby. I'm afraid I'll need to go out again now, Iris. There's not much I can do at the moment, but I can at least try to find out Mr. Sholmes and how Mr. Sholmes and Gina are getting on. I want to go too. Take me with you, Bruno. I can't just stand sitting while I'm right here waiting. I'm not sure how I feel about taking a 10-year-old child to the scene of a murder, but I don't want to leave her all alone here either. Alright then, Iris. Perhaps you can help me? Oh yes, I'd love to. Gina's at the prison. Mr. Sholmes is probably in his hospital bed. And don't forget we have to visit the crime scene. We need to conduct a thorough investigation. Ah, I can see you're ready for action. I imagine Iris would appreciate going to the hospital sooner rather than later. Alright, let's see. Let's talk to Gina, see what's going on with that. Man, these prisons suck. Hello, Gina. They let her take that into prison? Oh, you still have the grenade launcher? Hell, you know, mates. I wish she wouldn't point it at me all the time, though. What are you here for? Ginny, I have a feeling it's because of us that you've ended up in trouble. So we were thinking that we might be able to help you. Well, you can't. Sorry? You heard. Get lost. Don't be like that, Ginny. I know you didn't do it. You'd never shoot someone. I just know you wouldn't. You think you know me? Pull the other one. Oh, you ain't got the first idea about the likes of me. I'm a thief. I pinch people's purses when they're walking down the street. That's how I get by. And if I stole me chance, I sneak into a pawn shop any day of the week. Just to see what I could lay me hand on. Get it? That's the kind of person I am. But Ginny, I'll be in the court tomorrow, they said. Some cove came by before and said he'd be a lawyer for me, old lilac. Said it was my right or something. But I told him to get stuffed. I don't need no lawyer. I don't need no one. She couldn't be staring at me anymore, obviously, if she tried. Why are you being like this, Ginny? I don't understand, Gina. Why did you send the public defender away? He wanted me to sign some papers, representation papers, something like that. It's all gonna be rigged anyway, the whole trial. They'll pin it on me because I'm a kid. That's what grown-ups always do. Why do you think that? Because that's how they always been for me, growing up in the back slums me whole life. If you do what the grown-ups tell you, it'll get your mates dragged off by the coppers, or worse. I've had it happen to me before and all. Been sold out nearly and staffled back out of it. I don't even know what I just said, mate. You can't trust no one, that's the point. As soon as you do, you're gone as grass, grown to grass dead. Gina, listen. If you like, in tomorrow's trial, I could forget it. Ginny, you don't trust Bruno? Nah, I don't. Look, I'll ask you nicely now. Just leave me alone. Will you tell us what happened? Last night at the pawnbrokers? There's nothing to tell. I figured it'd pay me, so I broke into the place and started going through the storeroom. But old bloke walked in on me and you know the rest. But why? Why, Ginny? Why would you do that? Ain't it obvious? The place is full of stuff I could sell for a shilling or two. Diving ain't easy, you know. It's a lot of work and half the time you don't even get nothing. Is that really why you broke into the place? What? Are you sure the true reason wasn't something else? Oh, give me a rest. What'd be the point anyway, eh? Nothing I could say would make a blood bit difference. Please tell us, Jenny. We believe you, whatever it is. Believe me, don't be daft. You can't believe nothing. Everyone lies all the time. And you know what? When it comes to lies, I'm the biggest of the lot. I've told some unforgivable lies. I have. What do you mean by that? What unforgivable lies? All right, Missy, spill it. What do you mean? Why don't you tell us what these unforgivable lies you've told are? Maybe we can help. Sorry. We're out of time. They're going on to question me now. Ginny, please. Oh yeah? I wanted to give you this. Something to remember me by. Oh, it's a cat. A photographic print of a really adorable cat. I found it in one of the pockets of this coat. Ain't no point in me having it. I want to wear a little photograph like that I was doing in the pocket of that overcoat. Anyway, don't bother coming again. Bye. Oh, Ginny. Alright, fine then. We'll move elsewhere. Haley, please. Mr. Schultz. Haley! Oh! He's not here? No, that's strange. The nurse definitely said he would be in bed by the window, didn't she? Oh, I know what's probably happened. Ellie was being a big baby and the bullet wound wasn't that bad after all, so he's been staying home. I'm not so sure about that. Maybe or not, there's no question that it was a fairly serious injury that Mr. Schultz suffered. Oh. Hello, what have we here? This water's off limits, no visiting. So what are you doing here there? Well, I have you know, we're Ellie's next of kin. Eh? Oh, begging your pardon then, ma'am, sir. A little lady and a curious Eastern gentleman. The great mystery solver as a mystery family, eh? If that's how you see us, sure. Where is he, Constable? Where's Harley? I believe he's currently in the operating theatre, ma'am, undergoing an intensive observation. Intensive? It's been several hours since he went in. Oh dear, is he going to be alright? Well, it doesn't appear to be working, you see. The anesthetic, that is. Oh? I've heard the report the gentleman claims he may have had a little too much drink last night. Coffee, that is. Huh. Anyway, I think it'd be fair to assume he won't be back here for several hours yet. I see. Thank you, Constable. Perhaps we should leave and come back later. Oh, poor Haley. It's been 2 months. I still can't quite believe it. I never expected things would turn out like this. When Ellie comes back home, let's have a big party. That's a great idea. I'm sure it won't be long. Mr. Sholmes is pretty tough. Yes? There's still a Scotland Yard carriage outside Windybanks. I'll never imagine we'd be investigating a case so close to home. Poor Iris. She's very upset by all this. I'm sorry. I was there. I should have done more. None of this is your fault, Bruno, so please don't apologize. But it's the criminals who are to blame for all this. So let's investigate and work out how to catch them. Yes, you're right. Should be interesting. This is what happened then, last night? That's right. The 2 thugs I told you about were obviously ransacking the place looking for valuables. But apart from the policeman in here, you wouldn't know anything had happened. There's no sign of a disturbance. No, you're right about that. In fact, if anyone, it's the police who seem to be the ones doing the ransacking. I know what you mean. They're like a gang of organized criminals all dressed in black. Oh yeah, I heard that. Oh, hi. Oh, Inspector, good morning. Thank you for your vigilance last night. We got to the scene before it was disturbed at least. Shame you let the 2 rogues get away, mind. Yes, I'm sorry about that. I thought you'd assign extra men to be around here, Grexy. Now look what's happened. Ellie's been injured because there weren't enough police on duty. Your ladyship. No one told me you were coming. I expect you to take full responsibility for what happened to Ellie and see that he's the very best medical care. Of course, your ladyship. The very best. I don't think it's Bruno's fault the rogues managed to get away, is it? Chasing criminals is the police's job. Absolutely, your ladyship. As you say, Mom, as you say. The jet in black is totally blameless. Everyone's in agreement about that. Would you believe it? He's like a completely different person. Talk about a personality change. Oh, where are me manners? Are you thirsty, your ladyship? Perhaps you'd like some juice? Some nice refreshing fruit juice? Oh, why? Are you thirsty, Grexy? I have some of my special herb tea with me if you'd like some. Oh, lovely. They're very much. That very hit the spot, your ladyship. I don't even recognize them like this. Should take her along more often. All right, mister. Let's talk. What's going on? So, how's the investigation going? Nothing to it, really. Very simple case, this. There's some very definite evidence. We're just about to charge the diver we arrested last night. In fact, Gina? You're going to charge her? What do you mean? Broski. My broski. That's right. Should be able to bring her before the judge at the Bailey tomorrow. Definitive evidence, you say? What is it? Come on, show me. Your ladyship, but as much as I wish to oblige you, I'm afraid. I see. You've already captured the pair of thugs who broke in here last night, have you? What the? And you're going to put them on the stand as witnesses, are you? How could you? How could you possibly know that? But they shot Holmes. I had a feeling that's all. Remind me never to try to keep a secret from Iris. So you've arrested the two men who shot Mr. Sholmes, have you? Well, yeah. They were rounded up pretty quickly by the lads on the beat. And Miss Lestrade is being held at the prison? She should be. That's assuming she hasn't lifted the key from the jailer, of course. Can you tell us anything about Mr. Sholmes? What's his condition? Sorry, I'm not at liberty to divulge that information. Scotland Yard matters are strictly confidential. Well, I know he's being operated on at St. Cena's. Why can't I see him? I'm family, you know. I'm terribly sorry, your ladyship. It's a hospital's policy, no visiting at all. Oh! The bullet must have hit an artery in his midriff. He's lost a fair bit of blood. Oh no! He didn't seem too bad the first hour or so, but a hemorrhage like that is enough to make it even the one and only Sholmes pop down. Mr. Sholmes is a human like the rest of us, you know. Well, anyway, he's having emergency surgery right now. They gotta stop that bleeding. But he will be alright, won't he? They'll be able to make him better? Of course, your ladyship. He'll be as right as rain before you know it. Really? How do you know? Eh? How do I know? Well, because, of course. Ah, yes, because Mr. Sholmes is such a great detective, that's why. We better pray the doctors have a better grasp of what's needed to make someone well again. Oh dear, please don't die, Hurley. I'll report to your ladyship the moment I hear he's out of the operating theatre. I couldn't help noticing, Inspector. What? Out with it, Sunshine? Well, there seems to be a marked difference between the way you talk to me and Iris. Watch the sauce, Sonny. I'm a copper. We don't go in for favoritism. But he's right. You do treat us differently. It's because those adventures are all like Sholmes stories. That's why. Oh? I crop up in them, don't I? Inspector Tobias Gregson. Oh, well, yes, because you're an acquaintance of Ali's. What did you read about the inspector, Iris? I don't remember, really. It was one of Sholmes' lines. Gregson is the smartest of Scotland's Yarders, is how we put it. Oh, did I write that? And you know what that one line did for me, eh? The very next month, my pay doubled. Doubled, I'll tell you. Oh, that's amazing. All because that Yards read them. They read all the Alex Sholmes stories. They even set up a fan club for me. That's crazy. The side character has a fan club. You know what? That's actually not crazy. That happens a lot. Of course, that explains everything. It was around that time that you became such a toady to me. Can you blame me? All it takes is one bad word from you and Sholmes could change his tune about me. Gregson? Nah. The great detective will say he's getting quite overrated these days. Think what would happen to my salary if that came out of print, eh? The whole thing give me real willies. I can't tell you how many nights of sleep I've lost to worrying about it. But that would never happen, Grexy. Every month when the new Rands magazine comes out, my hands are trembling as I turn the pages. Oh, how awful for you. Here, have some more of my tea. Ah, lovely. So very much. I really hit the spot, your ladyship. Teetotal. Oh yeah, there's something I'm supposed to tell you. What is it? I got an important message for you. I clean forgot about it until now. An important message? Something about my friend, Mr. Suttle! Mr. Suttle! Are you going to tell me what this important message is? Yeah, it's about that young lady who's normally by your side, your assistant. How did I know? Dear Susie, is she alright? She's at the station, isn't she? Being questioned, I believe. Oh, that's what I just said. Nope, not anymore. She's had to head off. Head off? Where? Well, duh. To Lord Strongheart's office. He summoned her. Ah, of course. I'd forgotten about that. One of the whipstocks took her there in the yard carriage after we finished questioning her. But she asked us to tell you she didn't have to fare off for the return journey and to go and meet her there. She's got the nerve using Scotland Yard as a blooming messaging service. I see. Well, thank you for passing that on. Why did Susie have to go see the Lord Chief Justice? She didn't tell me. But I'd better go head over there. Man, this is getting a little wild. I don't need to examine. I just want to move in the next place. I like that it gives me a little direction of where to go next. I'm a little worried about this though. What's this about? Alright. Like, why are they summoning her? Yes. No matter how many times I come here, I always get the same sense of oppressiveness somehow. Do you think the place is oppressive? I think it's normal. How so? I mean, look at the suit of armor over there. You can't take that seriously, can you? Maybe it thinks the same about you. So everything is clear with regard to tomorrow's arrangements, I trust. Yes, thank you very much. There they are, Susato-san and Lord Strongheart. I wonder what they're talking about. They both look very serious. Very good. There's nothing further to discuss. You may return to your lodgings. No doubt you have much to do in preparation for your return to your homeland. Wait, we're being sent away? Susato-san! Hey, you! Where'd he go? Oh, birds. Oh, Mr. Naruto. What was that all about? Ah, Mr. Naruto. Thank you for coming to collect your colleague. What's this all about? Why were you talking about Miss Susato's return to her homeland? And tomorrow? Tomorrow? But what about Ginny's trial? You mean she's been formally charged now? Oh dear. Alright, Missy, what's going on? Why are you leaving me? Mr. Sato, what's all this about? Oh, please don't concern yourself, Mr. Naruto. It's only me going back to Japan. Your life here can continue. That's not what I asked. What happened? Why are you leaving? It's my father. He's fallen ill. Oh no! Professor Mikotoba. Yeah, we know what he looks like. You don't need to, yeah. I kind of accused him of being a murderer once. But it's fine. It's fine. Sorry? You must be the defendant. Yeah, that's right. My name is Yuji Mikotoba. I'm a professor. Yeah, we already know. We know this. He's the reason that I decided to defend myself. We received an international telegram from the Empire of Japan informing us of the news. 10 days ago, Father collapsed with a fever. The cause is apparently unknown. And it seems he's grown weaker by the day. I don't believe it. As you are aware, the voyage from here to your country's capital takes some 50 days. I thought it would be prudent to hasten Miss Susato's departure as much as possible. Yes, absolutely. I will leave London first thing tomorrow morning. I can't believe this is happening. So Gina has been charged? She'll have to appear in court? Yes, she was formally charged a few hours ago. And the date of the trial has already been set for tomorrow. No, not even 24 hours later? Gina. Ah, the Lestrade girl in the murder of the Baker Street pawnbroker. Yes. An all too conspicuous case, the pickpocket was clearly disturbed mid-robbery and shot the man in a panic. No, the yard is overstretched as it is without wasting time on these open and shut cases. It's not wasting time. Ginny would never do something like that. Mr. Naruto. Oh, yes? In deference of your fine services to date, I shall overlook this young girl's insolence. But I have no recollection of admitting a child into my office. Leave now. Of course, Lord Strongheart. Criminals will tell the most palpable lies in order to evade justice. The police can ill afford the time it takes to unravel all their untruths. Meanwhile, more crimes are perpetrated. We have far more serious matters with which to contend. Serious matters? Yes, Inspector Gregson made a similar remark yesterday. It's no concern of yours, though I'm not sure I need to not remind you of that. Suspicious. 3 minutes precisely until my next meeting. You must excuse me. There's just one more thing. Which is Miss Lestrade's trial? I wonder if you might permit me to defend her. A timely suggestion. Sorry? The girl currently has no representation. But that's not fair! Yes, she may be pickpocket, but she still deserves a fair trial. Do not misunderstand me, young lady. The government provides for those too poor to afford representation with a public defender. The accused need only sign the relevant paperwork, and a defense barrister will be assigned to the case. However, the young girl in question has refused that right. Why would she do that? A question you would well direct to Miss Lestrade. You'll find her at the local prison. Yes, thank you. Crazy. Now then, it's time I was leaving. Good day to you. I'm confused. What a day. Gina charged with murder. Susato's not about to leave. What else? Come, Mr. Naruto. Iris, we must make haste. But, Susie! You're leaving for Japan tomorrow morning, aren't you? Don't you have packing and things to do? As Mr. Naruto's judicial assistant, my personal circumstances are of no consequence. My sole purpose remains to help you in whatever way I can. Thank you, Mr. Sato. It's a very pensive look. I think we ought to visit Gina first. In any case, I should like to wish her well before I leave. Yes, it sounds like a good idea. Let's go. If I'm honest, this has completely thrown me off. I'll just have to do with what I can as the lawyer. Gosh. Ah! Hello again, Gina. What are you lot doing here for now? To have the muzzle of that grenade launcher shoved in your faces yet again, obviously. I think I need to improve the way you load ammunition into that thing, don't I? Look, you can come as many times as you like, but I ain't got nothing more to say to you. Gina, I wonder if you might hear me out. There's something I'd like to say. What? I'm sorry to say that I must reluctantly bid you farewell. Eh? Farewell? Tomorrow I must begin my journey back home, to Japan. I fear we may never meet again. Oh, right. I've had the pleasure of meeting so many lovely people here in London. I have so many wonderful memories. And yet, as things stand now, it will be a glum parting indeed. Poor Iris is so miserable. Susie? Well, that ain't my business. Both Iris and Mr. Naruto believe you to be innocent, Gina. They put their faith in you. But somehow, you can't find it in your heart to put faith in them. Yeah, that's right, I can't. What of it? It grieves me sadly to have to say goodbye to my friends when they are so clearly unhappy. Because of you. What? It's my fault. Yes, so I have one final request, Gina, before our paths never cross again. Right here and now, I want you to show both of them that you don't deserve the faith they've invested in you. Eh? Only by doing that will you truly be as alone as you claim to be. What are you talking about? What are you expecting me to do, eh? You told us that everyone lies. So prove it by admitting one of your own untruths. Man, she's good. What about what you said before, Jenny? You said something about unforgivable lies? You must tell Mr. Norado and Iris the truth now. That is my last request before I leave. No, I can't. Whatever these lies are, they're obviously weighing very heavily. Gina, I could be wrong, but is it something to do with what happened 2 months ago? Something about that trial? Oh, I forgot she was there. The one in which Magnus McGilded was acquitted? Ah, the case of that mysterious murder that took place inside the omnibus. You were called as a witness by the prosecution. Is that what this is about? Yeah, you're right. Because in that trial, I lied like you wouldn't believe. Will you tell us about it now? Like you said, it all happened 2 months ago. The coppers got hold of me and shoved me in the witness stand. And based on your testimony, Mr. McGilded was declared innocent. Yeah, well, the thing is, I lied about a whole bunch of stuff. I knew it. What sort of thing did you lie about? I was hiding under the seat that night. That was the truth. It was pitch black in that little cubbyhole. I couldn't see a thing, and then I heard that loud thud, like someone falling on the floor. And that's when Mr. McGilded discovered you? Yeah? He pulled me out from under the seat and sat me next to the dead man. There weren't much light to see by, but when I looked at my hands, I had Cub's blood all over him. I was so scared I couldn't even speak. You had his blood on your hands? It was Gina that the witnesses on the roof saw through the skylight. Then Mr. McGilded started asking you questions, I suppose? Who you were and why you were hiding under the seat? Yeah, I did. Only, that's not all. What do you mean? I mean, he threatened me. Threatened you how? He made me swear about what I'd seen and what I heard. And about what he was gonna do after the cove was found dead. He made me swear I wouldn't tell no one about any of it. If I did that, he said he'd help me scupper before the coppers showed up. Gina, you must tell me what he swore you to secrecy about. What you saw, what you heard, everything. Oh my gosh, okay. You said you missed what you saw, but you were in the pitch black compartment under the seat the whole time, weren't you? Yes, with Mr. McGilded sitting above your head, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that's true, but it was when I heard the thud of the cove hitting the floor, I let out this little scream mistake, couldn't help it. McGilded heard that and dragged me out by my arm, and that's when I saw it. It was on the floor next to the old geezer, what had been stabbed. A disc, all bright and shiny. A disc? Do you mean... Yeah, that's it. The one what the D took off me at Windy Banks. So the music box disc was there, on the floor of the omnibus. Not for long, McGilded spotted it straight away. He picked up the smartest, smartish and stuffed it in his inside pocket. So that disc was in the omnibus 2 months ago at the scene of Mr. Mason's murder. And that bog trotter told me I wasn't to mutter a word of it to no one. Because it was so dark under the seat in that cab, I was straining my ears the whole time. After a while, I heard the door and footsteps inside the cabin. Presumably, that was McGilded getting on board. Nah, not only him. Oh, because I could definitely make out the footsteps of two people. In that case, it would seem likely that it was Mr. McGilded and the victim, Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason. In his testimony during the trial, Mr. McGilded claimed he slept during the carriage ride. But whenever I'm in a carriage, I'm taken from a fierce tiredness and I always succumb to it. In your own testimony, Gina supported this. All I could hear was an Irishman snoring. Yeah, that weren't exactly true. Neither of them was asleep. I could hear them talking the whole time in low voices. What? What were they talking about? Sorry, I don't know. The sound of the horses and wheels was too loud. But it still tells us something. Mr. McGilded and the victim knew each other. So McGilded was lying, as I suspected. I knew it weren't gonna take long before someone raised the alarm that the bloke had been killed. Yes, you were quite right. The other passengers on the roof deck noticed very quickly. So when the cab came to stop, McGilded told me to hide back under the seat again. I climbed in and waited. The two coves up top ran off to get the coppers. Yes, Mr. Fairplay and Mr. First. Right, and after they gone, McGilded asked the driver to do him a favor. A favor. Now then, fella, what I need you to do is take this coat of mine and deposit it with a nearby pawnbroker. And for your troubles, let's see now. I'll give you 10 guineas. A nearby pawnbroker? You mean on Baker Street? Yep, you got it. It was Whitney Banks. The coachee snapped up the money and ran off to pop this coat as fast as he could. So then there was no one left in the carriage. McGilded opened the box under the seat and let me get out of there. But not without conditions. I see. What were his conditions? For letting you go free, I mean. Not telling a soul, not for anything, about what I saw and what I heard. And there was something else as well. There's more? Yeah, this is the most important thing, he said. I'm afraid I'm after sending the coachman on a little errand for me, but some small thing in his hand. Now then, did you hear what I asked of him? Did you see anything at all? You asked him to go pop your weasel, right? Hey, the fiends take me overcoat to deposit with the pawnbroker's thereabouts. And I want you lads to take the redemption ticket for it. Do you understand? What? You want me to have a ticket? That's right, and I'll come fetch it from you later. Sometime within the next 2 months. You'll hang on to it till then, is that clear? And whatever you do, don't lose it. Alright then. And in case I might happen to be delayed at all, you had to go to the pawn shop, Winnie Bank, so it is, and you have to extend the loan before the 2 months is up. If you forget, the article will be forfeited, and any old fiend could come along and buy it. Eh? But I ain't got that kind of brass. Here's £5. That should be enough. Do we understand each other, lass? Don't try anything funny now. If you go against me. Yeah, I get it. Good. And one more thing. In a few days from now, you'll be visited by the police, I've no doubt. The coppers. Hey, they'll come asking you to take a stand in the court, testify as a witness. Let's just have a wee chat about that, shall we? What it is you might say, and what it is that you won't. Poor Gina, bro. She just want to be a little pickpocketer. After he'd gone over it all, I packed it, got as far away from it as I could. He hid the bumburgers ticket in some bushes near the scene. I went to fetch it the next day once it got dark. So McGill had planned it and coerced Gina into giving false testimony. Wild. Knew something was up with that trial. I bet you're ready to string me up, eh? I lied in that big old courtroom. I told some Quarkus. The thing is, he said he would make it so we couldn't live in the East End no more. That's what he threatened me with. What a wicked man. He knew everything what went on the back of the slums. He knew we had no one to look after us, and we was all just looking out for each other, getting by together. So you mean Mr. McGilded would have... In an heartbeat, he could have had a lot of us chased out of there if he wanted. And then where we had gone there? Nowhere. That's where. So, I didn't have a choice. Thank you, Gina, for telling us everything. Not sure what to do with this information. But I'm for it now, eh? Go on, admit it. You must be livid. Well, you can make amends by doing me a simple favor. A favor? What? Sign the representation papers for tomorrow's trial. Eh? If you don't actually want me to represent you in court, you can rip it up later. But we need that paperwork or we can't investigate. The police won't let us. Investigate what? The scene of the incident last night. Mr. Sholmes was shot. You what? Haley's having a big operation right now, Ginny. Is it bad? Is he gonna be a rat? Sholmes is gonna be a rat, right? That's why I want to investigate. For Mr. Sholmes' sake as much as anything else. Right? So what you're saying is if I sign a bit of paper, everyone's happy? Is that it? Something like that. Miss Usato? Yes, of course. I have the representation papers here. I don't need no one sticking up for me though. No lawyer and nothing. Poor Ginny. She seems so lonely. Well, at least we can investigate the scene now. Yes. And perhaps we can come back to visit Ginny when we're done there? Maybe. Maybe. I feel like we've finally cracked Gina. She's opened up to us at last. And now I have her representation papers. No one else knows just what a responsibility that is. Anyway, for now it means Inspector Gregson can't stop us investigating at Windy Banks. Although, something tells me he's not going to be happy about it. Ah! So much investigating. Anyway, I'll see you next time, lads. Hey, domani. Actually, not a domani, because I do it a week from now. Until next Sunday.